It's almost 8 o'clock. It's time to tune in, grab your Java, and join me, director Jackie Kong, and let's watch the Cult Show.
The best time of the year, the happiest, most joyous, blessed time of the year, pumpkin spice season.
Welcome, everyone. Did you say pumpkin spice season?
I did.
Not
I
even.
did.
Wow.
Because we're doing a pumpkin spice taste test tonight.
Yay.
Not right away. We're going to work towards it. We're going to work towards it with a little Hellraiser.
We're going to have hell to pay for all the pumpkin spice that we eat.
It's really, we're having one of those days where it's hot in here.
Yep.
But it's like, it smells really good because of all the like pumpkin spice situation going on in the studio. Let's see how it goes. I think we're gonna not want to look at anything pumpkin spice in the face
I would agree with
for the rest of the month.
100%.
There's
100%.
like 15 plus things we are trying.
Lots and lots.
Yeah.
So welcome, everyone. It is Friday night. We are here together in the basement in beautiful downtown Santa Rosa. So, and we are celebrating because it is Halloween-ish time.
Halloween,
It's October.
It's October. It is.
It's October.
Halloween.
There you go.
So if you are just joining us, we've been doing this fun little thing where we choose an activity in the teal trick-or-treat bucket, and we choose a movie in the orange pumpkin bucket. And so this week we did the pumpkin spice taste test, and we chose Hellraiser from the bucket. After much,
The third try.
after much hemming and hawing, which we don't need to discuss. We're not going to bring it up. It's fine. We're not going to bring it up. So what are we doing? What are we doing?
What are we drinking? First off,
I am having an alkaline spring water, organic strawberry and rose flavor. I've had this one before. I really like it. Super aromatic. It cuts through the pumpkin spice.
thank God, we'll need lots of that.
How about you guys?
So, go ahead, Kayla. You tell them.
You want me to do it? All right.
It was your idea.
So Neil and I are getting a jump on the pumpkin spice. So we've got some pumpkin spice tea mixed with some, was it Knob Creek?
Knob Creek.
Knob Creek. It's a maple whiskey.
Yeah.
So it's like a harvest thing.
It's a very fall
Yep, we're feeling
pumpkin
folly.
spice.
Hella fall.
Maple.
Fall AF.
It just smells like the leaves are falling in here.
Oh,
and,
they're everywhere.
yeah.
Look at the
color-
foliage.
I know, right? We could be on the East Coast for all I know.
We might be.
Anyway, happy Friday.
Cheers.
Cheers, everyone.
Oh my God, you guys missed it. Producer Scott just dashed in front of the camera, and it was like Bigfoot, like the Willow Creek video.
Yeah, we saw.
It was so good.
I know. You'd think after 100 episodes we have like a checklist of everything we have to get done.
Nah, we're just like, fuck it.
A wing and a
We'll do it
prayer.
live.
So, the chat is looking kind of busy tonight.
Who's out there? Who the heck is out there?
It definitely is.
Who's
it
with,
definitely
Caleb?
is. So, who's that? What's going on?
Me. They're laughing at me.
Just,
What's happening?
Gonna laugh at you.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Let me write one more thing down. Okay, so we have Miss Movie Buff Laura.
Hello, Laura.
Fabulous.
We have Mindy, horror movie addict. Got your
Love
name right.
her.
Hello, Mindy.
Neil and I actually saw this earlier
We
this
ran into her
afternoon.
earlier today. With our car. She's okay.
She just went flying.
She got over it. She's really tough.
Like E.T. on the bike.
We have Pismo Mark. We have.
Pismo, welcome.
Did you bring your pumpkin spice?
I hope so, man. We have TM. TM. That's your new name, by the way. We've got Mark Visions Truth.
East Washington in the house.
Did you bring your pumpkin spice?
She's checking.
We have Tommy, our Furby friend.
Tommy.
Tommy and Furbaka.
Tommy, I'm sorry your beans weren't around in time, but we'll get you next week, Tommy.
All right. We have Gory Bits, who just got back from watching Halloween Kills.
I like Gory
Glad
Bits.
you can make it.
I like Gory Bits quite a lot.
I do too, and I've said this before. If I'm going to have a bit, I want it to be gory.
Same.
Yeah, funny way you have your bits. No kibbles and bits. I'm on gory
Our bits are gory.
They are pretty gory. I got some gory bits. Boy, I could show you my bits.
I don't know about that accent. I don't know about that.
We also have Reverend Michael B. is in chat today.
Michael B. is in chat.
He's not
He's
with
not
us.
here. Hey, you know what? Everybody needs a break from us because this is a lot. This is a lot.
Michael B. hurt his arm.
Some would call us suffocating.
It's, you know,
It's a joke. It's a joke.
Michael B. got hurt when Mindy got in the way of our car.
Oh, he got hit too?
Well, Mindy hit him on her way, so you
It was a
know.
pile
No,
up.
Michael jumped in front of the car to save Mindy. And then they both
Was that
got
what
hit.
happened? Damn.
Like E.T.
You win some, you lose
His
some, I guess.
intentions were good. Execution was just a little
It's a
bit
little
off.
That's
That's
all
all.
right. He's working on it.
Yeah.
So, anyway, thank you for being. I'm pointed over here. I'm so used to looking over there and seeing you.
Now all the
Michael.
pumpkin spice peppers sitting there.
We've got 209 Todd. He joined us.
Todd.
Oh, Todd. Sorry,
Why did we have a delay?
We're reading the chat. We're like reading. Okay.
I just forgot where we were for a minute.
did you?
I was like,
It's okay. You can go to sleep now.
We also
Hi, Todd.
have Space Face. She's at home.
oh, I love her.
Space.
I love her.
We've also got my little big brother, Enoch.
Enoch. About time, Enoch. You were gone for
Where
a while.
were you?
Come on.
And then finally, I'm glad you showed up, by the way, Spooky Boo. And if you would like to see Spooky Boo tomorrow, she is going to be on Creature Features.
Oh.
Yay.
So tune in tomorrow. I know we're plugging another show on our show, but that's all right. They're our friends.
They're our friends.
So 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, YouTube.
Yeah. Cool. I'm going to tune in
Yay.
Yeah.
and see Spooky Boo.
Spooky Boo.
Woo. If I'm not there live, I'll watch later.
Cool. Because Spooky, you're in the chat of Creature Features also, right? Like you're kind of like the what do you call it, moderator, or something? Like you're in there, very,
Very
involved.
hands-on.
Yeah.
Very claws
It almost
on.
feels like you've got, the claws. But what do I know?
I don't know.
Anyway.
Anyway, what else?
Aside from it being really hot, what did you do this week?
Oh, I was very busy this week. Very, very busy. I didn't have a lot of leisure time. I watched Hellraiser for it to be fresh, and I watched the new Candyman for Spooky Slumber Party.
Oh.
So catch that next week. Spooky Summer Party, talking about Candyman. I don't want to totally give everything away because I want you to tune in and see what those three slumberettes thought. But I greatly enjoyed it.
Oh, good. Okay.
I had a really good time. I'm here for it. All the Candyman, all the urban legends, all the
The whole thing.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Have you guys seen it?
No. I have not.
No.
I'm gonna judge you.
It's okay. I deserve to be judged. Just find me not guilty.
Yeah, I'd have to do community service. What about you guys?
What'd you do, Caleb?
Two things. So I watched Muppets Haunted Mansion,
Oh, I haven't watched
which
it yet.
I loved. I thought it was great.
Am I
They're
gonna
just-
love it as a huge Haunted Mansion fan?
I think so. There,
think so,
There are a
too.
lot of very specific Haunted Mansion jokes in there. There's specific Muppet jokes in there.
I like Muppets.
I feel like they come together beautifully. Of course, they've got celebrity guests and songs, and I really liked it. I really liked
I'm
it
so glad.
a lot.
I'm a Haunted
Cool.
Mansion super fan. I have tons of Haunted Mansion stuff. Send me more of it.
That's the only reason to go to Disneyland, if you ask me.
Well, it's also our our plan.
That is our plan. New Orleans Square becomes ours.
We're going to take
We'll
the
rule the
mansion.
square.
And they will rule the day. Yes.
And then, secondly,
things.
again, I'm not supposed to talk about this, but I got to see a screening of Antlers, and it was awesome.
Yay!
It was, it was really,
I don't want to talk about it too much.
I know.
Because I haven't seen it yet. But I'm very happy that, again, without having seen it, I know that Skierma producing, and he's bomb, they really consulted Native American tribes. I think it's the Algonquins, who, like, a certain thing belongs to them, and it's in the movie.
Yep.
And they didn't want to make it weird. They were like, we want to do this right.
Yeah, and I feel they did it right.
And it's like,
very
wow, what a concept.
Dark. It's very bleak. The young actor that plays the main boy. I mean, because it could be.
Did he say dark and bleak?
He did.
That's like my favorite
bleak,
thing. Yeah.
like wet, just kind of more. Yeah, just gray.
Yeah. So when I came out, my first thing I said was it was beautifully bleak. I thought it was beautifully bleak.
Am I gonna like it?
I think you will. I don't see why you wouldn't.
I love
I think it had
bleak.
some awesome imagery that was just disturbing,
Haunting.
haunting even. But it was just. It is a very dark.
Yeah.
It's the stuff that we
bleak.
like.
I'm gonna
The
like
fact that
it.
Caleb liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I should tell you.
Because we like it bleak AF.
So we do like it bleak.
Yeah.
So I would recommend.
I recommend if you get a chance, go see it. Yeah. It's not like a slasher film or anything.
No, it's a Fox, a Searchlight picture, whatever the hell they're called now. So it's a little more. I don't call it highbrow. What do you call it? A little more.
I know. I don't want to call it art. I don't want to call it highbrow. I don't want to call it.
It's like more serious.
It's just got a level of sophistication.
Is it super
How's that?
serial? Yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I'm excited. Well, I'm glad you guys had a nice date watching it, and I guess I'll watch it by myself. So.
Yeah.
Great.
But you said you were so busy you wouldn't be able to come anyway.
That's true, but an invite would have been nice.
Okay. So you guys didn't invite us to your party last night, so there you go.
I didn't have a party.
Well, you got drunk with friends.
I didn't. Some of us were down rescuing a
Hey
cat.
guys, this is why Michael B needs a break from us.
Yeah.
This right here.
Include yourself in that, Mr. Pointy
No,
Finger.
I'm way over here.
I go out of my way to do everything for her. She won't do anything for me.
Oh no, they're there.
Okay.
They're there.
I'm better.
They're there.
I'm better.
What'd you do?
Let's see. I've been going to physical therapy still twice
So you
a
got
week.
that
to,
wing
to
is-
help. Yep, to help this thing.
Yeah.
And my guy Torquemada is doing a real good job at working out the whatever you got to do and getting the more mobility back. So that's happening twice a week.
You're using that wing.
So yeah, I'm trying. I'm really trying to. I want my shoulder back.
Yeah.
Been watching Squid Game. So.
Oh my God! Welcome to the party.
Thank you. Episode 6, the one with the marbles. Damn.
Episode 6 is the one that breaks everyone.
Yeah, it was pretty rough.
Did you finish it yet?
Oh, yeah.
You finished the whole series?
No, episode 6.
okay,
Sorry.
okay.
I'm on the beginning of 7.
What about you, Caleb? Did you watch any squids?
Nope.
Are you squidding?
No squidding.
Why isn't he squidding?
Because I'm also reading Firestarter again.
Firestarter. Wow.
Yeah. Well,
Well, yeah. Have you noticed? Normally we have 2 Firestarter books over there, and there's only
one's
one.
missing. A mystery.
I thought Jackie took it, but it was you.
No, it was me.
A mystery is afoot.
It is solved, actually.
And solved.
But you still have to find me not guilty. So.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to decide how many hours of community service I'm gonna need you to do for the court. Yeah, awesome.
Did you guys watch William Shatner go up into space?
I just saw some pictures.
Okay.
He went. He's gone. He's back.
Yeah, up and back, like 11 minutes. But so in the freaking prime penis rocket or whatever.
Isn't that a song
Bezos.
from like the 70s? Prime penis rocket safe flight.
It should be if it isn't.
I think that's a song.
We need to make that if it isn't.
What'd you think? Were you so happy for William Shatner?
Afternoon delight.
Yeah, that song.
Wow, we went from singing corn songs to
I
penis
bet
songs.
Michael watched him go up in space.
Oh, I bet Michael was licking the TV. He was so happy. So it's okay, Michael. You can admit it. That's okay.
Yeah.
We don't judge here. But yeah, I mean, but it's funny when he came down, and Shatner gets out of the rocket, And then he goes to talk to Bezos, right? And Bezos goes, "Oh, hold on a second," and like goes off and gets a champagne bottle so that he can freaking spray champagne everywhere. And Shatner's just like standing there trying to, give him his heartfelt.
When Shatner's like super old, and we need to like get these answers now.
Quickly, you never know.
Yeah.
So I thought it was really funny if you watch. And then once Shatner finally got to talk, it was actually really endearing. And
I heard his I read his transmission.
So.
I was like, that's really cool, actually. Yeah, he said some nice things.
He did. He was truly moved by the experience.
He was. He actually, and people are like making fun of the fact that he's truly moved by it, and everybody else is
People
like,
like, where's my cowboy hat? Where's my champagne?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good for you, Shatner.
Go, Shat, go. And I think overall that's. Wait, do you guys hear that? Oh my God! It's this week in entertainment history.
It's here.
Huh?
I can't hear it over all the pumpkin spice.
It is so pumpkin spicy.
It's so loud.
It's so pumpkin spicy. Hey, did you guys know that on October 13th, 1941, Paul Simon was born?
I didn't know that.
Paul Simon, like the boxer Paul Simon and
Yeah.
Bridge Over Troubled Water, Paul Simon.
Yeah. No, I actually
I love that
like a
song.
lot of Paul Simon and Garfunkel music.
Me
I find
too.
it quite soothing.
Yes, it is wonderful.
It's not quite bleak enough for us, but sometimes it gets close.
It can get kind of close.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like we need more.
I mean, hello, darkness, my old friend.
Yep.
Hello,
That's pretty bleak.
Yep. That is actually.
We could be bleaker. Yeah.
Did you guys know that on October 13th, 2324, Beverly Crusher was born? Fictional doctor on Star Trek.
Dr. Crusher.
I don't even know why these people
How
get
did you
actual
even
birthdays.
find that fact?
I go onto the StarTrekNerds.com and
You're like not even
So-
sort of Star Trek adjacent.
not.
You like hate Star Trek.
I don't hate. I just don't see it anyway.
I don't hate it. I just despise it.
I just no.
Yeah.
October 14th, 1978, the first TV movie to spin off of a regular series premiered. And that was Rescue from Gilligan's Island.
Okay.
Believe it or not.
I've never seen an episode of Gilligan's Island.
Oh.
Could you
I've seen a
explain the
few.
premise for me? Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
It was a 3-hour tour. That's all you have to know. 3-hour tour. Let's see, what else? On October 14th, 1927,
Okay.
perhaps the greatest James Bond of all time was born, Roger Moore.
Perhaps
Perhaps.
the greatest Bond of all time.
I'm floating it out there.
I think you should.
Probably not, but
I want people to argue.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
Yeah.
I want chat to start fighting each other. Like, I want like a big brawl in chat.
And who's the worst James Bond?
No, it's easy. It's Timothy Dalton. We all know that. It's not even up for debate. It's just like, I know Caleb was like, it wasn't his fault, but it was.
He was set up. Timothy Dalton was set up.
Also October 14th, but in 1944, our friend Udo Kier was born.
Oh my God, I love him.
Udo.
Udo.
Yes. Also October 14th, 1990 was the day that Jeff Goldblum and Gina Davis filed for divorce.
A dark day.
It was a hello darkness.
I think in their case it was hello tallness, my
Maybe.
no longer friend.
Yeah. It was kind of sad that the fly romance didn't last so long. It was.
Who would have thought it
I
didn't
know, right?
last?
I know.
Yeah.
Who would have thunk?
It's Dalton's fault, guys. Just vote. Just say it. October 15th, today's date, in 1940, Charlie Chaplin's The Great Dictator was released in the movie theaters. Not relaced, but released in the movie theaters. And maybe relaced, who knows.
Never seen it.
I Love Lucy premiered on this day in 1951 on CBS.
Wow.
I Love
Lucy.
Lucy,
It's
yeah.
Pretty iconic.
I don't know if I
show.
love Lucy, but I like Lucy.
I think Lucille Ball is
No.
I don't
Just
know
kidding.
that I love her either, but she.
I definitely love her. I definitely love her as an entity.
And then finally, this one's for Scott. Tomorrow's date in 1925, Angela Lansbury was born.
1925.
Yeah, I know we talked about it last year, but it's be a yearly. We got to give Scott the props
That's
for
true.
Angela Lansbury.
She's still alive.
Angie. Oh my God.
It's the murder that she wrote.
She did write it.
Many murders.
And my theory, because I love Murder, She Wrote, my
Yeah.
theory is she was kind of responsible, kind of like Timothy Dalton, you know? Because, like, why would you go to Cabot Cove? She's some sort of a psycho that, like, she framed all these people.
I think that she's taking the little pill from the apocalypse or the
Oh my God, from American Horror
American
Story.
Horror Story. I can't remember the name.
She's taking the pill.
In that little place she lives,
So then she's writing prolifically, and all
And-
these people are dying. Fuck!
and she's doing it.
Ryan Murphy, you have some explaining to do.
We got it figured out.
Yeah.
Okay, that is the end of this week in entertainment history. Thank you for going on the journey.
Thank you. You know what else we figured out?
What's that?
It wasn't Timothy Dalton's fault.
What
Chat,
does the chat know?
chat has spoken.
Was it his fault?
They're all high on drugs and cocaine.
Drugs and cocaine.
Drugs and cocaine. Okay.
Cocaine's not a drug.
Cocaine's good for everybody. It
New
gets,
subscriber.
it gets rid of the ghost
There
in your
you
blood.
go.
New subscriber
Cold
alert.
show says not a cocaine,
Thomas
not a
McGuire,
drug.
welcome. Thomas, welcome to
Thomas McGuire.
the
Thomas
fold.
McGuire.
Please
Thank you,
don't leave.
Thomas.
Don't leave.
Thomas, don't go.
Cocaine's not a drug, Thomas. It's okay.
Or you can have all the cocaine you want, Thomas. You want some pumpkin spice cocaine, Thomas?
I think we may have done some of that accidentally before we went live.
Yeah, we snorted a whole cookie.
I forgot to make the cocoa.
Oh, we're
So
just gonna taste
It's behind
it.
Scott in case. Oh yeah, we're just gonna inhale it in case he wants to mix it with water.
I just think we should snort it.
Okay,
I
we'll snort it.
just
We'll
think we
snort
should.
the-
No, we're not gonna snort it. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Mix it with the
My
almond
eyes
milk.
hurt just the idea of snorting that. Okay, what else?
Oh, that's it. We're moving on.
Okay. To the main event.
Dun, 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 dun.
Hellraiser. 1987?
Yep.
1987. I didn't write. Look, see? It's blank.
Oh, my
where
goodness.
it should be.
Uh-oh.
So we're just going to wing it.
Ring it. Let's see what you got.
Hellraiser, one of my favorites, one of Neil's favorites. It's a twinsy favorite. Written and directed by Clive
This just
Barker.
in, one of Caleb's favorites.
What?
Breaking news.
Clive Barker, adapted from his original work. This is a story of Frank, Uncle Frank, Brother Frank, who is a sexual deviant, I believe they call him, and he's chasing carnal pleasures, and he ends up with this box, which in the books is called the Lament Configuration, and it's a puzzle box, and when you open it, it takes you to a hell dimension where pain and pleasure become indistinguishable from each other until you just turn into chunks of jello-like meat.
Even gory bits.
The goriest of bits, and they still don't let you leave. They're like, no, you still have to just be here in bits on the floor. We're going to spoil Hellraiser. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend that you do because it's a fantastic movie. And there's the reboot coming
Yeah. Yep.
up, so
Yep.
get in on this now. So anyway, so Brother Frank disappears into this dimension. His brother Larry and his wife Julia, and it's his daughter Kirsty. They're all moved to the same town that Frank disappeared from. The couple actually moves into the house, and turns out Julia and Frank were an item. And now Frank wants to come back into our world, but he needs Julia to help him, and Kirsty is, she's got to clean up everyone's mess.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. Hellraiser. Thank you.
Hellraiser.
Thank you.
Very nice. Very nice.
Razor.
So, I'll go quick. We'll go quickly, and then we'll hear Caleb's
Okay.
new take.
Okay.
So, I've watched it several times in my life. It's one of my favorites. I think it's absolutely amazing. As much as I like I've said this before, as much as I like silly 80s horror, I like serious 80s horror because it feels really, I don't know, it feels really something, like this and The Thing, like, I don't know, there's a heftiness to it, and a darkness, perhaps a bleakness. Absolutely amazing effects in this film. It's a cool story. I just love the way it unfolds. I can't get enough of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this is one that I remember going to the movie theater to see, like specifically doing it.
okay.
I was a little worried they weren't going to let me in. I was 13 years old. Yeah, 13 I would have been. But I got in. And yeah, I remember leaving. I was like, dang, that was like thinking like, that was a little more darker than I usually was watching. Then that horror coming out in the 80s.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But I loved it,
Right.
and I was, I thought it was just, I remember being transfixed by Pinhead and the Cenobites and
Oh,
just
God, the Cenobites are
blood
creepy.
and the
Yeah.
gore. And I mean, definitely some of the sexual, the bits that are in there
Went over your head
Went
a
over my
little.
head.
yeah.
Like I didn't
Absolutely.
quite. Yeah, I didn't quite grasp onto that so much as I just thought it was like a cool story of the Cenobites and all that fun stuff. But watching it now, of course, you see a lot more to it, and you can enjoy it even more when there's
Lots of
so much to
nuance.
it. And then when
Yeah.
you know where this came from in Clive Barker's head, that makes it even more fun.
Clive Barker's amazing.
Because he went through stuff in his life that he drew from to make this story, which I was doing the research on, as I'm sure Caleb was this week. But and it's really cool.
He's brilliant. I
So,
love that man.
yeah.
I really want to meet him one day.
I got to meet him once.
No, you didn't.
I Clive Barker once.
When?
Believe it or not. And the worst thing is, it was in like probably '88 or something.
Oh.
And I was at a Fangoria horror
Oh,
convention.
this is one of your Fangorias.
In LA, and I had no idea who I was talking to, and it was Clive Barker.
Oh my God!
Because I was standing, and it was kind of like off to the side, taking a little rest from all the shows and
The cacophony.
and all the wonderful horror. And I was just kind of standing off to the side, and I was. Again, and there's this very nice English man next to me, and he's like, "Hey, how are you?" And I'm like, "Good. How are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, good. You enjoying the show?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's great so far." And he's like, "I just got here, but it looks like it's pretty fun." And then Tony Tapone, who was the former editor of Fangoria, comes walking up and goes, "Hi, Clive. How was your flight?" And I was like, "Huh?" I literally did that. And I was
Yeah.
like. I'm like, holy shit, you're Clive Barker.
This is like really funny because we can kind of see comments a little bit sometimes, and it's like, oh Neil, let me just pick up those names for you that you just dropped. You dropped a couple of them there. Yeah, that's a really sweet story, but it's like so sad because you wanted to be like, Clive.
I would have.
Yeah.
Anyway, I would pretty much. So. Anyway, dumb little Neil didn't know at the time until it's funny. You look at him,
baby.
and once he said that, I'm like, oh yeah, that's totally Clive Barker.
Yeah, it's
but
totally
for some
him,
reason,
yeah.
I just, didn't recognize him in my own
Right.
dumbness.
Okay.
Anyway, go ahead, Caleb. What do you
So
think
Caleb,
about
this was your first time.
No, this is not a first time for me.
Oh, okay. We just haven't talked about it.
I
with you.
saw this on video. I have an older sister, and she would periodically take me and Enoch, who's in chat right now, and another brother, and we'd always rent a movie and get some pizza or something.
Fun times.
And, being raised in a religious house, we would usually... I mean, I saw The Lost Boys with her. So we were all
She was
we
an
watched these
enabler.
things that we weren't supposed to.
Yes.
But this was like something watching. It was like we really probably shouldn't be seeing this.
You would have been in so much trouble.
Your parents would have freaked out.
Which made me like it even more. Now,
course.
did I understand what was going on or what, BSDM is, or, S&M is, and all, all the sort of things that they're sort of alluding to in this movie? No, had no clue, watching it now, and you're like, oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think I
yeah.
like a movie with a little kink in it,
Oh yeah. I
But
like
not that 50 Shades of Grey shit.
No,
Fuck that.
give me Cenobites or get the fuck out.
That's right.
There you
It's-
go.
yeah.
There you go.
It's not real unless they're literally ripping your flesh apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I took away this memory of this movie, it being great, but I really did not remember very much of it. you know.
Okay.
I remember Uncle Frank, or skinless Uncle Frank, certain little things like that. Jesus, the ending, of course.
Of course.
but-
I love,
I love it. I love it.
I say Jesus wept all the time.
Yeah,
Right.
All the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That because of me, you say.
But you
it.
know what? For the life of me, I could not. I had no recollection of like the homeless
Oh, the
character.
vagrant. Yes.
It's like what is this?
And he turns into the winged at the end. Yeah. Love that.
But I really liked it. It's a really, really, really well-made movie.
And speaking of the poll that Scott just put up, I think about us, and like we could be described the same way. Demons to some, angels to others. That's us.
But 100% kink.
Oh, but but at the end of the day. So I went through and watched it again so we could have notes and like be fresh. I know that's what we all do,
Yep,
right?
yep.
So just right off the bat, the most disturbing part of this film for me is Frank's dirty fingernails at the beginning.
I had that down here. Why
You
are
don't-
Frank's nails so dirty in the beginning?
Taste buds. Hey. At least he cleans them for the ritual.
He does.
Yeah. He's like, oh, they're not gonna like it if I have dirty nails. So he cleans them up. But I mean, that was unacceptable, Frank. Unacceptable. You know, we love a room full of feathers. How about a room full of meat?
And they have the feathers later on.
Yes, there is a feather room. But I wanted to ask, you know,
Yeah, a
what
room
do
full
we
of
feel?
meat.
What do we feel about meat room?
How about the two big penises that are spinning on the thing?
Those are fine. We
you
could
see
we
those?
could install those here.
We have.
They just dropped out from the ceiling.
Like a disco ball.
And it's got like a
dick.
little ear on it and all the little.
I'll be honest, I had never noticed those penises before. Maybe it's because it's like HD now and things are bigger on the screen.
Oh my
Not
God.
the penis, but you know.
Yeah.
But I was like,
Not the penis.
I'm like, dang, those are pretty good size considering they're
Hefty.
hefty. And then there's like even a closer up when it gets closer to the thing spinning around.
Yeah.
You know, and you're like, jeez.
Yeah. So that happened. So Frank becomes basically a jigsaw puzzle, and like they're like kind of haphazardly putting them together because they're bored.
Yep, that's him. I can see
Yeah.
his face.
Yeah. They're like, do you have an edge piece? Save all the edge pieces of Frank over here.
Damn it, more clouds.
Can we just talk about Julia? I love that woman. I love her hair. I love her makeup. I love her power bitch 80s outfits. The hair, the makeup, it is beat to the
The
gods.
cigarette, yeah, it
Oh,
screams.
it's everything.
It screams
I
1987.
love it. I love it.
Yep.
And I love her character because it's so like, girl, like it's not okay. And she fell for Frank. And like she wore white underwear before, and now she wears black underwear. And because when you're with Frank, you go dark.
You go dark, yeah.
Go dark. And they did it on her wedding dress.
Yep.
Yeah, they just laid it out there. It was like
Yep.
it's
Their first
ritualistic.
time. Yeah. Well, I feel like
so
they
cool.
were like the wedding was happening shortly after.
It was
you know,
Yes, yeah, it was
or
imminent.
that day, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
or that afternoon, you know.
Yeah, maybe like the next couple of days or something because his husband was gone,
Right.
and he was like, I was at the wedding. It's so funny when he's standing there. It's like, it's Frank,
Yep.
brother Frank.
Brother Frank.
And I'm like, what? You're like a priest or a monk or something? Oh yeah, priest would be Father Frank, so he's just a monk. I
He's
don't
just,
know.
yeah. He's just like, it's wet out. Can I come in? You got a towel. Pound chicka pound.
Okay, so
Super
the
rude.
overdubbing on Uncle Frank's voice.
What's up with that? What's up with that? I mean, I like it, but
There's a lot of
It's
dubbing
sharp.
in this film.
Yes.
There's a reason for
I
it.
was to say,
yeah, let's talk about it.
All right. Well, so it's supposed to, or it was originally supposed to take place in England,
Right.
and then New World Pictures wanted it changed to America.
Yeah, like it's.
So they dubbed out a couple voices.
I
and
picture
it
it-
was just kind of odd. It didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't quite work. but-
I picture it being maybe in like an East Coast city like New York or New Jersey, like near an airport. So there are a lot of British people there because they're constantly flying in.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Tommy's going to bed, everyone. Good night, Tommy.
Good night, Tommy. Thank you.
But they're clearly somewhere in the UK. When you
Yes.
just look at like the license plates on the cars
Yeah.
and the
Oh,
signage
yeah.
around
Yeah.
town and
Yeah.
whatever, it's like, you know, I don't, there's no reason that it couldn't be taking place there. I mean,
There's not. They
it-
could have
there's-
moved. Like they could have dual citizenship. People do that. People live back and forth in different
Oh, yeah,
countries.
but
and-
especially because Claire,
Yeah,
not Claire, sorry, that's her real name.
Julia.
Julia was English.
Yeah.
So the husband could just move there. It's no big deal.
And they were like, Kirsty,
But-
we really, or maybe she
Well,
moved
but
before
keeping
she
it
was
that way, the
18.
only weird thing is that
Yeah.
one brother has an American accent, the other brother has an English one. But
Right.
Frank's like one of those people that lives like in England for a while and then he becomes like, I'm
Yeah.
so posh. Remember like when Madonna
Yeah,
did
he's
that?
the Madonna of,
Yeah.
of
Okay.
SNL.
he's a
Yeah.
world
Yeah.
traveler, so he's adopted an accent.
Yeah, and it's kind of like embarrassing.
But I feel like they should have figured this out like in pre-production, not like
not
after
so
the
far after
fact.
the
Well, they
fact.
didn't know until they started seeing the dailies, the thing I saw.
No.
Oh,
okay.
really?
Once
I
they
didn't
started
catch
seeing
that.
footage and everything and saw that it was really good, They're like, you're going to America because originally the movie was made only for video. They were going to release it only in a video.
No kidding. I didn't know that.
Because they didn't know. I mean, Clive Barker, he wasn't. Yeah, he was an author, but he had never directed a film.
This is
before.
his first movie.
So they're like, we'll give you, what was it, like $900,000 or whatever the hell it was. Go make a movie. We'll release it on video.
Have your fun.
And then once they started seeing the dailies, like, wow, this is really good. We're changing it up. So then they, they actually did the whole thing, changed it to America, thinking that would do more for
Change
Americans,
something
I guess, in the 80s.
When if nothing else, it just sort of confused things.
Well, it just lends to that cheesiness of some of the voices. You can totally tell they're done.
Yeah,
Right.
it's like super. There's like a sharpness to it. It's like the best way I can put it. It's like just something where you're like, my ear knows something's wrong.
I mean, the movie works better to me if it's set in England, actually.
Set it in England.
I mean, whatever. We can't fault New World. They made the picture. They made a lot of films in those days that we love.
Decisions were made. In Kirsty's dream, there's a feather room. Don't mix your meat room and your feather room.
No, that would be.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
It's a mess.
Yeah.
I can tell you the cleanup is terrible.
Not good.
Yeah. Frank saved you some maggots, Neil. So.
Luckily, I know when the maggots come, so I don't have to look.
That's like, you know how we all have our things? He doesn't like maggots.
Well, and the thing is, I was eating
Stop it.
I got my soup, it was full of like meat and corn and, I got my chowder. Which we'll talk about later, by the way.
It's maggots, Neil.
Anyway, so I was sitting down and I'm like, oh yeah, here comes the kitchen scene. Eat my soup and then, okay, it should be over by now, and then. But I was done by the time the big maggot reveal comes later on.
Yeah.
But I was okay with that part.
Yeah.
It's pretty quick.
It is pretty quick.
It's not like
actually.
the Suspiria maggot where they're coming out of the ceiling.
No, it's like
on you for like 10 minutes.
maggots for days.
Raining maggots. Hallelujah. So.
That's a cover. TM, I did see that you asked about the reboot. We actually discussed that last week. We discussed the reboot a little bit, and
we did.
We're excited.
Yeah.
We're excited to see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of.
Absolutely.
And then the other thing is, like, because we know the Cenobites, they don't have to be just these 3 or 4 characters.
No, it's a whole thing in the books. It's a whole thing.
Yeah, there's can be hundreds, thousands, whatever it is.
Yeah,
so you can have and Pinhead, just what do you want to call that? Not the punishment, but whatever that was.
I don't know.
Whatever.
His thing.
His creation, for whatever reason he has, that could be like, this is punishment number 238. And so, he gets it and she gets it, and, therefore there's more Pinheads.
Yeah. I mean, there's so much room, and
he just pulls a night shift over in
and
New Jersey, where the hell they are.
Clive is excited about it. He's fully signed up. We didn't even touch on there's been a whole legal battle with this behind the scenes, and he recently got the property back. And I mean, it's a whole, you know what, Clive Barker, live your best life. God bless you.
Yep.
The whole thing with Pinhead, like, not even originally going to be the main Cenobite was.
No, yeah.
That was just happened because he could talk through all of his makeup.
And isn't Pinhead a female in the book too? Because we talked
They're
about
androgynous. I think,
yeah,
in the book.
androgynous.
Because I think Pinhead in the book leans more female, and then they cast a female this time.
Right.
So I mean, it just there's so much world to explore. I think it's going to be fun. You know what? I didn't think it was fair. People were mean to Julia about moving. I hate moving too, Julia. It sucks.
And did you see that house, though? It's not like it was like it could be fixed up nice, but I mean, you look at in the corners, there's like mildew in the corners, and I mean, it's not like it's this great, wonderful
Scott's
place that they're moving to.
Like, we'll move it on Sunday. Why don't you paint it first? Like, you maybe put a fresh coat of paint on it.
And it's like, no wonder she's like not happy in the marriage.
Well, get rid of the maggots first. That's like, I mean, at least do that.
You think we should get rid of them first?
Yeah.
They'll throw them in the feather
after
room?
the maggots are gone.
Yeah.
That's all I ask.
Just put them in the feather room. Put the maggots in the feather room.
I don't know. That is a pretty big, nice.
But I mean, even after they move in, it still doesn't look that great,
No, it's a cool house, but it definitely needs some love.
Yeah.
And they need to hire somebody. They're clearly too busy to be like getting maggots out. And you know.
No, they should be calling freaking Property Brothers or Chip and Joanna Gaines right now.
Oh my
Get them
God!
out there.
Where Chip and Joanna weren't even born yet. Property Brothers weren't even a blink in the eye.
Whoever.
All they had was Bob Vila back then. Martha was just cresting.
This old house. Tonight on this old house. How to deal with your maggots. You have a big penis on a block in your upstairs attic? Well, paint it.
Put a wreath on it.
There you go.
Put this nice seasonal wreath on it.
Christmas penis.
It really ties the whole place together.
Brings it all together.
Oh, any holiday. You change out your wreath and perhaps a decorative throw pillow.
Very nice.
Yeah. A gourd.
Engorged?
Yeah, it's funny. There's a part that I've always thought was really funny. A lot of the sensual parts are funny. I'm sorry, they just are. When Frank says, "I want to kiss the bride," and apparently by that he means sticking his finger in her mouth and then gumming her chin. Always makes me laugh every time. And you know what? When you're one of Frank's ladies, that's a kiss. Sorry, that's what a kiss means.
I remember seeing that for the very first time, and I was kind of like, huh?
I'm still like, huh?
I mean, I kissed people at that point, but never like made out with their chin.
That was hysterical. He goes in for the kiss. And
Yeah, and he's like, "I got your chin."
He's like, chin.
You thought I was gonna kiss you with your chin. No, I don't know what I was.
Maybe it was sexier. He did have to edit that
1987.
down. You know?
That was really sexy.
Well, yeah, no. I mean, he talks about he had to cut it like he could only show 2 thrusts because 3 was too many.
Yeah, and
like when they're having sex and so maybe that whole sex scene was better. Maybe the chin, maybe there was a line of dialogue that said, "I have a chin fetish."
Tipper Gore said, "You're gonna have to do the chin. The mouth is too much." She got involved.
What if that's like an English thing too?
Chin kiss?
Maybe that's how they kiss.
Well, I mean, no, but
It's more of a gumming.
Like
let's be honest.
Not by the hair of my chin.
I'm just saying, like, what if, like, I don't know. I mean, they have weird things in England. Let's be honest. I mean,
Sure.
bangers and mash.
I don't know.
Toad in the hole.
Toad in the holes and jammy dodgers.
Well, next time it comes available, I'm going to go for the chin. Who knows? Maybe it's an erogenous zone that
my
we don't
God.
know about.
Be like, you're
And
messing
Clive
up
Barker's
my
like,
foundation. What
man, you guys are like
doing?"
sleeping on those chins.
Sleeping on the chin.
But not the armpits.
Given the choice,
That's what Laura says.
chin or armpits.
I'll take a chin.
I'll take a chin. I'll
With a big dimple, though.
I'll take Donald Sutherland's
His chin?
his chin over his armpit.
Okay.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah, probably. I'll take a stash.
Ooey Gooey Frank literally pops out of the woodwork. Literally oozes out. I said in my notes, the miracle of childbirth.
What a sweet-ass scene, though.
House
It's
bird.
hella sweet.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's a great scene. It's just like, I don't know, just the oozing, like you said, the oozing, and then the arms come out, boom, and then...
Producer Scott's on fire with the pulls
I
tonight.
know.
He just
Those
can't get
pulls are
enough
like-
of it. Oh my God, when Frank says, "Don't look at me," and he says it a few times, that is such a mood. That is such a mood. I've been there where you're just like, you have a hard day, or like when it's really hot and you're like sweaty, it's like, "Don't look at me," and his eyes are like so, like he's like, "Ooh." I can't describe it, but it's so funny.
It feels like freaking if Batman were coming back, you know?
Oh my God, yeah. Where's Falcone? Don't look at me. And she's kind of like, I don't want you, but at the same time, I can't really look away.
I know.
But it's horrifying.
So I'll bring you a man instead. We'll make you whole.
Yeah.
Bring you men from the bar.
He's hungry. Frank got to eat.
Frank's gotta eat.
Oh, by the way, though, Frank is a pushy a-hole, and I do not enjoy him. You know what? I don't like Larry. I don't like either of the brothers. They both suck.
Okay.
Kill
Is
him.
Larry too wishy-washy for you, or what's your-
Yeah, and then like there's the part where, I mean, Julia's like going through all her stuff and she's like trying to seduce him and then not seduce him because of Frank, and he's like, "I just don't understand you," and I'm like, well, maybe you should like try talking to her. She seems like she's really going through it right now, but instead he goes and talks to his daughter at the Chinese restaurant. But
Yeah. I don't know. Julia's not exactly the easiest person to talk to, though.
You don't know her.
I don't, but
Just teasing.
with
I'm a
that-
Julia apologist.
clearly.
Clearly.
Honestly, it just seems like they should not be together.
No, they're a horribly mismatched
They're-
couple.
Yeah.
And you know what? Maybe get out of the gene pool. She needs to not be with either brother. Like, find another family to be with. I don't
Or
think she needs
just
to be
be
meddling
alone
either.
and, process your feelings.
Yeah. Don't marry the guy that you're not in love with him. Clearly not in love with him.
Yeah, but it's like she has this weird kind of loyal and sentimentality towards him because she doesn't want him to die.
Right, she does.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's probably because he is a nice, decent man, and she probably loves him as a friend. You know,
Right,
that's
yeah.
kind of how I interpret it.
Yeah. That's the road I always got put on.
But she wants the excitement of a Frank.
The excitement.
Sorry,
Oh,
sorry,
but the-
sorry.
But the stability of a Larry.
Exactly.
Yeah. Another great Frank line, again with the the voice, is when he says, "Come here, damn it, I want to touch you." And he's so gooey, and she's like,
She's like, no.
like, come on. He looks a little more hale and hearty, but let's,
Yeah, he's
Yeah, he's still got no skin.
right?
she does it.
She's like, honey, you still don't have skin. It feels weird for me.
all those exposed nerves. Don't those hurt?
He probably hit her for saying something like that. I like it when she goes through the pictures of Frank having sex with everybody too. It's like, and she's like kind of has this wistful look on her face, like, is Frank having sex with the person in the mask? Is Frank in this person?
Here's this
Oh,
position.
Frank.
Oh, Frank.
And then she
Yes.
takes one just so she can rip it up and keep the picture of him.
I know. She's like, get out of this picture, lady. This is my man. I can't.
Does Scott have a comment?
No.
Oh, no, okay.
No.
Sorry. I thought you were getting ready to talk.
He was never going to be loyal to you, Julia. He was never
No.
going to be a good partner.
Yeah, she didn't understand that.
No.
What
Yeah, go ahead.
about Kirsty?
I love Kirsty.
What do you think of Kirsty?
I actually love Kirsty. I think she's clever. I think she kicks ass. I love. I think, like I said, I think she's clever. She solves the box. There's a part when her dumb boyfriend Steve tries to get it, and she swats him. Like, I have it, Steve. No, I like her quite a bit actually. She's one of my favorite Final girls.
Okay.
I would probably say. I'm gonna say it.
Wow. All right. Yeah, she's. I've always thought Ashley Lawrence is pretty cool. Good old Kirsty in this thing. She definitely. It's not easy making a deal with a Cenobite, and then.
She's clever.
Yep, and delivering.
And then
So.
they kind of were like, well, maybe. And so she still was like, okay. But then they're like, no, we want you. And it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she doesn't want to go.
Nope. Luckily, she's good at puzzle boxes. That helps her out.
She's super good at it. She does not need Steve to try to mansplain a puzzle box to her.
Although, you know what is kind of funny is that when Steve gets around, who was dubbed, by the way, of course.
Yes, he was
clearly
another dubbed one.
Yeah.
Wearing a dope-ass 80s shirt, though.
Oh, sweet.
Sure.
Give him the shirt.
You give him a shirt off your back.
Give him the shirt.
Yeah.
But he doesn't question once what the hell is going on. Like, he's just like, oh, Kirsty, what's happening? What's going on?
You work
Okay.
at a pet store now.
Wait, what's going on?
Yeah.
Wait, why is everything falling down? Who are all these people? What the hell's going on? He's just like, why is this giant monster trying to get the goddamn box in front of our door?
And she never says anything to him
No.
either, right? Like, ever. He
Nope.
No.
never once gets an
Because she's like,
explanation
you're
of
too
what's
dumb,
going on.
Steve. You can't keep up. Just let me handle
I know.
this.
You were just trying to get me drunk at the dinner party earlier.
Yeah.
Which is kind of creepy, but
Lay down.
yeah, then they do.
It's weird how they all laugh. I was like,
I know, like, and her dad is right there. Like,
yeah. I think he
okay
even
with this?
chortles. Like, who? Oh my God, he's telling his dumb stories at the table about his wound. I'm sure it was funny if you were there. I pledge allegiance to pain and pleasure, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I think that's their pledge when you go into their world.
Is that it?
I wrote a little
You
pledge.
have to
Okay.
say that every morning at
Yeah.
Cenobite school.
They do at Cenobite school, where you learn to be a good Cenobite.
A good little Cenobite.
The vagrant man, who's
Yes.
really a winged skeleton critter,
Yeah.
It is real gross when he reaches in and is just like munching on the bugs.
The bugs, yeah.
And it's like in her place of work. But see, I was proud of her. She's like, get out.
Yep.
And she like walks him to the door. Who among us hasn't worked retail and had
to
kind of a similar thing happen? We all have.
Yeah.
Or service industry of some kind. And Kirsty handled it like a boss. She couldn't handle the mean Karen's return with the bird or whatever was going on. But it was, by the way, weird pet store. Weird pet store is monkeys.
Monkeys, yeah.
And hellabirds. It's like this horrible orchestra of sound.
That's
and then
also
this
how
man
we know it
comes-
wasn't in the U.S.
Yeah. We haven't had like monkeys in pet stores in like a very long time. And yeah, it was just, I didn't like that Karen. I didn't like her attitude towards Kirsty. I didn't appreciate it.
Yep. When she is in the hospital,
Yes.
Yes.
so she gets the box and she's running down the street, and she, I guess, kind of just passes out from the shock and everything what just happened to her.
Fair enough.
And then she wakes up in the hospital. The nurse gets a doctor, and the guy comes in and he's just like, what are you doing? Oh my God, why'd you do this? The police are coming. Lay down in bed. God damn it. This guy was not at all like, how are you? How are you feeling?
Yeah.
What's
going on?
Do you need anything? It was just like,
I can explain.
Okay.
So Neil,
Yeah.
when you're a female, a lot of the times medical people treat you like that. They treat us really poorly.
Really?
Yeah. They are sometimes patronizing, or they don't listen to us, or they're rude. It's kind of a problem.
Okay.
So this was not all. I have a great doctor right now who I love very much, but it's a problem
It's an
for
issue.
females.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's kind of accurate.
Oh.
But yeah, I mean, he's a little heavy-handed.
And then they lock the door.
yeah.
Like they lock her in the room
Seriously.
for like no reason.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, and that's the thing. If it was like a psych call or something, like, she didn't do anything.
She didn't, like, she literally had, like, a trauma.
She did nothing
Yeah.
to like, why were the police coming? I don't even...
Like, why would they come? Like, she didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Pismo Mark is reminding us that he sees this as a gory love story.
Sure.
So, yeah.
I mean, Julia's in love with Frank.
Yeah.
I
Frank
think
is
her
in love
husband's...
with himself.
Yeah, Frank's in love with himself. Larry's in love with Julia.
There's I don't know if you call it love, but there's definitely that Kirsty and Pinhead,
You think they have a vibe?
that thing. There's a thing between them.
They had a
So,
moment?
It gets better in part 2, obviously, but
Well, as we talked about, the sequels get wild.
that's right. Although I haven't
Yeah,
seen
buck
past part 2.
wild.
No, I
Yeah.
saw part 3. I'm sorry, I saw part 3. I didn't see part past 3.
Is part 2 where they show you how Pinhead becomes
Yeah.
Pinhead?
Yes.
Okay, I've seen that one then.
You get a little backstory.
Or you probably showed
I
me
probably
it or
did.
something.
I actually like
but-
part 2, so
I do too, but there's so many people that like,
especially the unrated version. But yeah.
have like feelings about it and are like, did we need it? Does it take away from the magic of Pinhead to know too much?
I don't know. Good question.
Yeah.
There is I don't know. Good question.
Yeah.
Okay. How about when Frank assumes his brother's skin, takes Larry's skin?
Love that.
Okay.
Love that.
He's got this line, a clear line of like bloody scalp thing going on here, right?
Yes, yes.
And then when Kirsty comes over and it's like, Dad, oh my God, they're gonna kill you and all that stuff, and then it's like, I'm like, can't you see it?
I know, never
wrong
once.
With the dude?
I mean, I think that's when he kind of said like, oh, I had to fight him. It was a whole thing or whatever. I think that's like he was trying to explain away the blood, but why would it be in a perfect?
And there's even like loose flesh, kind of like hanging around, you know, a little bit.
It's like, wow, no, you really got into it.
really, yeah.
Frank.
You guys really got into a scrap. There's some nail scratching going on there.
Do you think Uncle Frank visited when she was a child, and he'd like give her little talismans and little occult toys to play with?
No.
No, I think he came to the wedding. That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably never seen Kirsty her whole life.
Probably.
He said he was always getting off and into trouble.
Well, he did say that didn't he say at one point how big she was, or she's beautiful now, or something? Beautiful.
Ew, well, yeah, he starts getting really creepy.
Well,
with
yeah.
her.
Something.
Like, ugh.
Not surprising for him, though.
Right.
Yeah.
So we already said demons to some, angels to others. No tears, please.
Yes.
It's a waste of good suffering.
Great
Love
line.
that line. And we have such sights to show you.
Yep.
Love that.
Great lines.
Very quotable. things we say a lot.
They are things we say a lot.
Yeah.
The music I actually like in this
Oh,
film.
I have a whole note. I love the music. Well, first of all, I love the creepy lullaby music, but I like all of the music.
Yeah.
It's a great soundtrack. It's really cool. It's super atmospheric and it sets the mood. And
Yeah.
See, that's interesting because that's not the music that Clive Barker wanted. There was an industrial band. I'm blanking on the name of them
yes,
that he
yes,
wanted
yes.
to use, and New World said nope, 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 nope.
No, I like the music they got.
No, I mean
So
it
gotta be
works.
honest, yeah.
It works.
I'd be
but
interested to hear
it would
that
be
music he
interesting to-
wanted.
yeah.
But I really like what we ended up with for sure.
You did a great job with it. I like it. How about that wonderful little that monster that Kirsty does encounter in the hallway?
Isn't that the engineer? Isn't that what they call him?
Oh, I don't know.
I call him the hallway monster,
Yeah.
but I think he is technically
There is
called
one called the engineer that has a much more prominent role in the book,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's why I thought he was the engineer.
but they couldn't get like the effects working properly.
Well, and
He has T-Rex arms.
he does, and like a scorpion kind of tail and
Yeah.
thing. But that's
Yeah.
what I want to say. I love it because there's scenes where you can see full on, like the cart that's pushing the thing, and kind of moving down like a hallway, kind of stuff. And I was just like, whoa, it's just kind of funny watching because I love, I'm always looking for that kind of stuff, and it's just like, wow. There's a
rolling.
guy back there
He was
pushing,
rocking and
pushing
rolling.
that thing.
Yeah.
And yet for the budget
They killed it though. They
they
did.
Oh, absolutely.
nailed
It's
it. I
beautiful
mean,
effects.
some
I
of that
love the
stuff
effects.
is so cool.
I will say, and producer Scott actually pointed out, we love a good blood. I didn't love the color of some of this blood.
Oh, okay.
It was very bright.
Well, sometimes it was actually kind of maroony.
Cloudy.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
cloudy.
okay.
I like a beautiful blood, and just, you know what, maybe the blood's inconsistent, let's put it that way.
Maybe. Okay.
Yeah, they used like one batch, and then one batch went bad, and
Oh, it's possible. Yeah.
yeah.
And then who knows what they were doing over here, and then they said, "Oh, your movie's good now. Now you get to use the good blood."
No, you get to use the good blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like, you can use the corn syrup now.
Yeah.
The corn syrup wasn't in the budget.
You can have the Caros, not the.
Ooh, name brand, not the great value.
The great value blood.
What about all these weird, lonely men that she brings home? God, especially that one who's like super an a-hole too. The one that's
I
like,
think
the one who's like, wait, you gotta change your mind.
The 80s like guy in a bar is like a thing.
It's such a thing, yeah.
Yeah, like with the pickup line, and I'm sure
Yeah.
like 70s had theirs, and but
There's a
like the
to
sleazy,
every generation.
the sleazy 80s yuppie guy, trying to like spit game in a bar,
Yeah.
and obviously American Psycho,
Yeah.
kind of touched on that a bit, but. I was just watching it, just kind of going like, "Oof."
And those scenes too, I know he's really like kind of a little squiddy man, but it's like you're just waiting like, Frank, will you just jump in here? Frank, will you just jump in here, please? This is like so awkward. Motherfucking Frank, will you hurry up? But he seems to delight in the prolonged hunt of it.
Yeah.
And like making her try to like,
or just making her be uncomfortable.
yeah. And then she kind of starts to lean in after she has that moment. Some great shots where she's looking at herself in the mirror and she's got the blood on her. She kind of cracks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit.
She goes over the moon a little. But yeah, I didn't like those guys she brought home, and especially the one that was like really pushy. I was like, kill him. You know what? I'm not a big fan of Frank, but let him eat that.
I know, and then he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. You just still want to like get some of Julia.
Right.
Yeah. And her eyeshadow. You're not worthy.
One skill I actually learned from this movie, I learned my best rat carving skills from watching Frank.
Oh, because
When he carved
before,
the rat.
did you use like a peeler?
Well, I just couldn't. I didn't know where to perfectly do the whole carving thing of a rat.
Sure.
You start. I got the nose, and then that didn't
Yeah.
work because of the skull. And
I noticed on your
But-
turnip that you were really good. Yeah.
I was getting really good. But now you learn. Oh, you start kind of towards the back, and you fillet the top, and then flip it over.
Yeah.
Do a little flippy.
There you go. And
Yeah.
then it comes
While
back
watching
together.
your lover and her husband have sex.
Right.
I just wanted him to peel it like an apple and like be like taking a little, little
All
bites.
normal things.
Normal to us anyway.
Did you like those two rats that were nailed into the wall? at one point, too?
They were so cute. It was so sad. They were so cute. And I was like, Frank, that seems either wasteful or just psychotic. I don't know which. He was bored. Oh, and like when he's like throws a tantrum up there, like. I want to kill my brother and wear his skin. Yeah.
I can tell you right now, that's going to be the end of the podcast. That's a little piece of the end.
Yeah.
I want to wear my brother's skin.
And what do you think Frank even did? She didn't like leave him a book or a TV or anything. He was just up there.
What did he do all day?
What did he do? There was no internet. What did Frank do?
I don't know. He just tried on the clothes of all those guys just to get bringing up, I guess, until he found them.
He like had to tailor them.
The perfect outfit. Like,
yeah.
And why did they never do anything to that room?
I guess they just couldn't get around to it.
I feel like that's the biggest room in the house too. And they're just like, yeah, we'll just leave that one alone.
Yep.
Kind of stinks in there anyway. I'm not sure why.
I'm not sure why. There's a wet smacking sound. Like, yeah.
It's the meat room. I mean,
it is the meat room.
That's what it is.
That's where they cure their meats.
That's where all the meat is. Anyway.
Okay, so I do have the actor who played Larry is Andrew Robinson.
Okay.
He's in Child's Play 3, which is my favorite Child's Play.
And for all you Star Trek fans, all you Deep Space Nine fans, that is Garrick, the master spy, who is also a tailor. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Not at all.
Love his character.
You might as well be speaking a foreign language.
So great. Yep. So great. Garrick is awesome.
Okay.
Garrick, though.
Awesome. Garrick. That Garrick.
That Garrick, though.
You can't live without Garrick.
I love Garrick. Should we pumpkin spice?
We should have. We covered it all. Oh, can I say one thing, though, about that I learned?
Please.
No. Aside from the rat carving, was so Clive Barker apparently, and I read an article that he had, this is back from the 80s, or maybe 90s, that he had done an interview in. So I don't know, because of the translation between English and, British, UK, English and our English.
American English.
In the American.
American.
So he said that he was like, God, I can't remember the term anymore now, but he was like a hustler. So now, hustler for like a con man hustler, or a hustler as in walking the streets, I'm not sure. But he experienced a lot of the clubs, the S&M clubs and that kind of stuff.
The way I always heard that is that he was like a sex worker, but okay. I don't know that for certain.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how I took it, but I wasn't 100% sure based on that.
But it's in the colloquialism.
But because of exactly. Yeah. So going to the clubs, though, he saw a lot of things in there, including one night he went, and that was the pain night. And he was very... intrigued and or shocked and everything about what he
wanted to know more.
Right.
Yeah.
And so
but liked it. And
I think more like it just stuck with him. And
okay.
And I think he did say that he eventually kind of got into it a little bit and to learn. So that obviously is what he took to make this story was what is the pain and pleasure. What is that?
Yeah.
Where does it end? Where does one stop? Is there a line? And then from there, just boom.
Yeah, no,
it's this wonderful story.
I think it's like, especially for the day, like that sort of like eroticism is not new, but it was one of those things where this kind of, I think, brought it a little mainstream and got people curious about it and like, wait, they do what? And what are these clubs? And yeah, because those were like in like the big cities and especially like in Europe and Amsterdam and Germany and stuff.
Yeah.
And
And he was also, as you had said earlier, he was an author, a published author.
Yeah.
And some of his books had been turned into a movie, and he was very unhappy.
Totally.
Right.
And he actually found someone to take a huge chance on him. Like,
take a chance.
I think he'd only made a couple experimental films or short films.
Yeah.
That was his only experience, and to make a full full-length motion picture and nail it.
Yeah.
Make
He's
this
a talented
movie
guy
that, is sort of revered,
Yep.
He has a fairly new book out called The Damnation Game, and I'm really excited to read it.
Cool.
Yeah.
So where would you put Pinhead in like the hierarchy of
the pantheon of 80s slashers?
He's pretty high up for me. I actually have a Pinhead bobblehead I've had. I'm not a bobblehead. It's like a Funko Pop. It's a Funko Pop that I've had for many moons.
I'm only asking because I was listening to another podcast today. I'm not going to say who, but they were saying that Pinhead is like like a second tier, you know. So the first tier you would have, you know, like Freddy and Jason, and they'd even put Leatherface like in the second tier, and I was like,
so they put
whoa,
Leatherface and Pinhead, two of my favorites.
So that made me think, like, okay, so where do we put Pinhead in?
He's a cast to me. He's top tier along with Leatherface. I mean, of course, everybody's gonna have their own opinions, and that's what makes it fun. But I'm sad for my boys that people put them on the B cast.
Oh wow.
I'm like, no, fellas.
Yeah, they'd be up there with me. I mean, for me, it's always gonna be like probably a Freddy, Jason.
Freddy's up there, yeah.
Leatherface, Pinhead.
Yeah.
I think Pinhead is in the top tier for me only because he's actually the first horror movie character I was ever introduced to at probably the age of about 5 years old. There was a poster of Pinhead in the window of this like this like small small business video store by my house, and it was probably up there for 6 or 7 years.
Yeah.
And I'm always like, what is that? And you know, that's Pinhead. Well, what is Pinhead? You don't want to know.
Yeah. I remember, like, at my video store, which was called The Video Store, there was a Pinhead cardboard standee in the horror section. And yeah, I just remember thinking he was an alien.
Oh.
I was like, I think he's an alien.
Yeah.
Because I didn't.
I just, you know, I felt their take was a really hot one, and so I was just kind of like, well, because, you know, and I never really thought about it, you know, where would I put them, you know?
Like, because for me, like, I think like a Pinhead or a Leatherface is disturbing and creepy and cool. A little bit like I get more of an emotional reaction from them than like Jason or Michael Myers, who, no shade to those fine gentlemen, but I just don't have the same like.
Yeah.
I like the creature-y.
Well, I definitely think seeing Pinhead in real life would scare me a lot more.
But if you're talking about Sackhead Jason, who I love,
I don't know.
yeah.
So,
And
anyway.
I wouldn't demote them to the B team. They can come up to the majors.
Here's your jersey.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. In the draft.
Right, I know.
In our first round.
With the 13th pick of the 2021.
Horror draft.
And you can see
We're
like
doing that. Write that down, Scott. We're doing that.
and we can see like the other Cenobites like waiting to like get their call, and it's like Chatterer maybe, you know,
Butterball. maybe.
Butterball.
Butterball.
Yeah.
He's got those shades
You know.
though.
Yeah.
Female
got some.
Cenobite.
Female
you know,
Cenobite.
I know. Can't even give her a name. Well, actually, on set they had a much worse name for her. But
Yeah.
yeah.
And then yeah, there. Yeah. There
Wow.
you have it.
Cool.
Now we spice.
Now we can spice. So we're gonna go away for roughly, I'm gonna say 30 seconds. Scott doesn't want to say that, but I'm gonna say roughly. And when we come back, we're gonna shift and be at our table.
In pumpkin spice land.
Please hang with us.
We're back in the green screen.
Was that 30 seconds? You guys, I felt like 30 seconds. More than 30. Todd, you're rough on us, Todd.
No.
Is it the Todd?
This smells really good. We have a little array of pumpkin spice goodies, all different sorts of things, and we're going to try them so that you don't have to. We have our wonderful tombstone trays.
We're doing it for you.
Yeah. And then, like, if you are curious about something, then you can be like, oh, they liked that on the Cold Show. I'm going to go to Walmart and buy it.
Oh, God, this is a lot of pumpkin spice.
It's a lot. It smells really good, but I don't think it's going to all be good.
No.
So producer Scott's going to help us out and, you know, share what we're trying so we can all follow along at home. And we also do have a discussion point if you fellas did your homework.
Ah, shit.
Your notes over there?
Where's my notes? Oh, well.
Gotta go off the memory.
That's all right.
Yeah. So what do we have
I have
up
nothing
first?
bad to say good about
All right, so the first thing that you have is S. Raimondo's wafer roll with pumpkin spice.
Looks
I dropped mine.
Smells good.
Easy. Pumpkin spicy.
You can make it like a little, like a
So chew right into the microphone, yes?
It's up to you.
Thank you, Scott.
I don't generally like these sorts of things, wafers,
It's very flaky.
but I like this. It's a little too sweet for me.
The spice hits you at the end after you're done swallowing. They get you.
It gets you at the end.
Yep.
It's, yeah. that
I
is-
think I like it more like
it
an
is sweet.
aromatic experience than I like it as a food.
Okay.
I think that's generally my opinion on pumpkin spice.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
overall. All right, next up, you have the 365 pumpkin spice latte flavored popcorn.
That'd be this.
Hey, Scott, when we're talking eventually about the topic, we've got seltzer in the fridge still.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have to grab us a seltzer. Well, not us. but
Popcorn.
Popcorn.
Pumpkin spice popcorn.
Okay, so this,
Forgot these. These
Thank
are
you.
your-
I will say, as
What
a
are those?
movie theater popcorn enthusiast, bagged popcorn has never done it for me.
So there's already a texture issue.
Ever. Yeah. This just tastes like stale.
The spice is good.
Yeah,
So
actually
it's
isn't
kind of
bad.
so it's almost like a little unsatisfying the popcorn because it's like
I think after this,
yeah.
it's like
yeah.
not. It's not. This
You're
was
feeling some
very
kinda way.
overpowering.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you add some syrup to it?
Oh! We gave Scott the power of letting us add syrup to things.
So,
Pumpkin spice syrup.
This
If it's not
is
pumpkin spice
great
enough.
value pumpkin spice syrup. See if that livens up
I
that
just
popcorn
dunk-
for you.
Oh, Jesus, it comes out fast because it's melted.
Pumpkin spice syrup on top of pumpkin spice popcorn.
I feel like Elf.
Well,
Buddy.
Buddy the Elf, what's your favorite color?
it's definitely stickier.
Oh, and now it's like dripping everywhere. Jesus, we're gonna be sticky. We're gonna have that feeling where you have syrup all over you. Ugh, I hate it so much.
It's not horrible though. It's just stickier.
It's just.
It really has
stickier.
just made it stickier.
Stickier, sweeter.
You know what? If you're like mad about pumpkin spice though, you can make one of those popcorn balls you do with like sugar.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, and you'd probably enjoy the hell out of that.
I like that idea.
Got pumpkin balls.
Mad about pumpkin balls. Is that
Number 3.
Next up is Cost Plus pumpkin spice scones.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
my friend made this for us.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus, there goes my mic.
Oh Jesus. The mic is gone.
Mic's gone.
Mic is down.
Mic is down.
So these pumpkin spices scones, I'll talk while you guys get the mic. Were crafted in my house, in my oven.
Thank you.
But by my wonderful wife. Thank you. Thank you, Jennifer, for helping out.
Yeah, she's the best.
That was very nice of her.
The best. Scone.
Boom.
Scone me. Sorry for the sound. It's live television, people.
You waiting for me?
No, we're
No.
good.
Okay.
I don't taste it's very subtle.
Very subtle.
Her scone skills
Like
are top notch.
this, I want a cup of coffee.
It's good though. I like the texture.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's really good at baking things.
She is.
Yeah.
Somebody's good at breaking brownies.
Sure.
So the next thing you have in front of you is called a Panatone Cake.
Oh, yeah.
I've never seen this before, but it looks like a gigantic muffin.
It looks like, you know what my shape looks like? It looks like a phone. Hi, Cult Show. How can we help
From
you?
the
Yeah, but look at it.
1990.
It's got like, I'm guessing that's pumpkin in
What
there?
are the chunky bits?
I don't know. They're gooey.
Ooh, I don't like this.
It's good.
But it's got a great smell to it.
I don't like it. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is hella gross.
No, thank you.
Oh my
it
god.
has like an anisey flavor almost.
what's the good thing.
It's really, it's actually quite very pungent.
I'm upset.
Did you get this part?
Yeah.
You got that?
No, I got a little bit of it. I didn't want to go for the big chunk. No, I think that's gross, you guys. That's super. I'm sorry, Panatone.
I paid like the most for that.
Do you
I
think?
paid $50 for that cake.
Yeah.
Do you think it would be better with some syrup?
No.
No.
I don't even think syrup could save it.
I mean, how would you know if you don't try?
When he says that, we have to do it.
Whoa.
That's true. But we're on to him now because whenever we say we don't like something, he says
Smell
add
of it.
syrup to it. So I'm just going to like everything
I
from now
think
on.
it's actually drywall and not cake.
I've only given myself 3 syrups, so
Oh, and you've used up 2 now.
I've used up 2.
That syrup does not make it better.
That's disgusting.
Ugh.
It just makes it gross.
I think I just made a mess.
Ugh.
That is super gross. I hate it.
I'm sticky.
Thanks, I hated it. Keep our Panatone cake.
That's like too much.
Well, maybe
Too
you
much.
should wash it down with some Bud Light pumpkin spice seltzer.
Oh.
Bud Light.
What a great idea, Scott.
Pumpkin spice.
I'm gonna let
seltzer.
you. Well, I'll just have one as like a little model right there.
Not even a sip?
I might have a
Okay.
sip, but I don't want to open a whole one. Just have a sip.
We should. Then Scott can drink the rest.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Pumpkin spice seltzer.
It doesn't have any scent to it. Is he gonna make you put syrup in this?
Ugh.
All right.
Jesus
Doing it.
wept.
Ugh. Oh, the aftertaste is the worst part. Oh man, that's the syrup left over in my mouth.
Woo! That was good.
Oh, you just don't want me to have you put syrup in it. Oh, he is going back for
Oh,
seconds.
he likes it. He's going to town.
Hey Caleb, you like it?
I think that
It
is
tastes like
gross.
a pumpkin spice candle.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
Waxy?
It does actually. You're right. Yeah, if you're going to eat a candle. All right.
That's what it tastes like.
It's only 100 calories per can though.
Get your seltzer.
Get your
Decide for yourself.
Get your pumpkin spice seltzer.
Get your seltzer, yeah. I think we should start talking a little bit about.
Oh yeah.
So
Halloweentown.
So your homework was you fellers had to watch Halloweentown, Disney Channel original movie from 1998.
Yeah.
Millennials, we know what's that. So this movie came out when I was literally, I think, 12.
Okay.
I was like prime age.
Okay.
Ugh. For this, I was target audience, so was Scott. So I hope for some of you out there. And so we have massive nostalgia for this and a lot of Disney Channel original movies. And of course it was the Halloween one, so it was like spooky and fun and kooky. And of course I was already watching much more hardcore horror at this point, so I just found it adorable. And of course Debbie Reynolds. Love that woman.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if grown-up could just walk in and watch this movie now from 1988 and be like, well, that was fun. So am I right? Did you hate it? Was it torture?
Yeah. 47-and-a-half-year-old me did not like this movie. Like, at all.
Producer Scott, you have to
No.
defend with me.
No. Yeah, you don't have to defend it. It's just all about. I mean, you like it. It's nostalgia. I mean, I have nostalgia films that I like that you hate. Movies that rhyme
Sure
with
do.
Yeast Blaster.
We don't talk about it.
That makes it so.
You know what?
I'm just
so much worse.
This
saying.
thing is the yeast blaster.
I'm just saying.
This thing is
like,
it.
It's
Yeast blaster.
This
it's just
Panatone
funny.
Cake.
TM.
That's what they
I've
should call
said
this
it
cake.
before, but. Okay, so here are my. Oh, should we take another bite?
What's
of
our next
something,
thing?
Scott? Will I?
The next thing is this is actually a little bit of a treat. Trader Joe's pumpkin spice espresso beans.
Ooh,
Oh,
espresso
these I like. I've
beans.
had these.
Look
I
at
like these a lot.
Okay.
These are cute. So,
So my thought was,
smells good.
Yeah.
like the movies Neil and I grew up watching in the 80s, it was all about kids going and doing things and their parents had no clue what was going on. I mean, we're talking Goonies, of course, and
Grammy.
Monster
Your Goonies, your
Squad,
Grammys.
and E.T., and License to Drive, War Games, and
Last
Adventures in Babysitting.
Yeah.
Like all these movies were
Beastmaster.
Beastmaster
about
3000.
these kids going and doing these things. And parents have no idea.
There's like
I was laughing
You're
so
sticky.
hard. I'm very sticky too. It's from the syrup.
I know. It's like all over me.
I know it's why syrup is evil.
I was laughing so hard in this one where the kid is like, I want to do this thing. I want to do this thing. I want to do this thing.
Yeah.
And the parent's like, no.
Yeah.
And then at the end, the parent's like, all right,
Yeah.
I was wrong.
It's like, you know what?
And there was like this, there was, the Little Mermaid, all these,
Yeah.
that sort of seemed like the switch from the 80s to the 90s.
The parents kind of come around.
No, that the kids would just stand up to their parents and say, I want to do this. They'd say no, and then they'd go do it anyway. Whereas, Neil and my generation, the kids were just on their own from the beginning,
That's why your generation carries a lot of trauma.
I'm not saying we don't carry trauma, but that's my generation, and you can't change that.
Talking about my generation. Yeah.
Oh, so we're going to go on to the next item. It is Trader Joe's Rooibos.
The tea.
Rooibos
Rooibos.
herbal pumpkin tea.
Yeah.
Okay, so this
Pumpkin
is
spice
this
tea.
is a sun tea that
my-
I made yesterday.
Smells really good.
That
Oh,
is
that's good.
a lovely sound.
That's
I'm
delicious.
so glad I'm wearing headphones for that, Neil.
That
Thank
was-
you.
You're welcome.
That is
You
super
are
good.
welcome, my yeast master.
So this is the tea that Neil and I have been drinking with whiskey.
Substitute.
Substitute.
I
Yes.
think
This
it's
is pretty good
delicious.
tea. I like it.
It's not bad.
Nope.
Yeah.
Does it have a huge pumpkin spice flavor though?
No. Not huge. No. That's why
I
it's
mean,
good.
I definitely taste it, but,
No, but it's not huge.
huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pour it in my hands to get all this syrup off of me.
You could do that.
Halloweentown.
Yeah. What were your thoughts?
What are your thoughts?
I was trying to decide. Okay, should I keep watching? Should I go?
It's an hour and a half.
Should I go
Yeah.
repeatedly slam my hand in a drawer?
Wow.
Should I go next door and talk to my neighbor?
If you know Neil's neighbor, that's torture.
I stuck with it and kept watching.
I think that was the right choice.
So,
Yeah.
and I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Because the kids go over to Halloweentown.
Which is awesome. It's lots of puppets, Neil.
And it's great. It's wonderful.
Animatronics, practical effects.
It's lots of people wearing masks. So-
Yeah.
But I like when they go to the Debbie Reynolds' house, the grandmother's house.
Yeah.
And then the little girl, there's the big sister, the middle boy,
Marty.
and the little girl.
Yes.
And the little girl is like, "Are you cooking chowder, Grandma?"
I like chowder.
or like chowder, yeah. Whatever. I was like, what?
That's hella random that she decided it was
Yeah, it's
chowder.
chowder. I was
Most
like-
kids would be like, it's a hot cocoa.
Or is it soup or whatever?
Yeah.
But it's like, I was just like chowder. I don't know, for some reason that I thought that was funny. But chowder.
Well, we don't have pumpkin spice chowder, but
Chowder.
we do have desserts on us: Lacey's milk chocolate and macadamia with pumpkin spice.
I've been dreading this thing.
This thing looks
Look
really
at
good.
these. These look. Let's get decadent.
Oh, this is, let's get
To
thrill
die
me.
for.
So this is, okay, we're going to do a little bit of that. Oh,
By
it's
the way,
sticky.
I watched this Halloweentown with Space Face,
She like it? Did you like it, Space Face?
who is 11 years old, and she did not like it either.
No!
Oh,
I didn't know. Oh, God, I hate that thing.
Todd says his kids loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her kids are cool, like me. Yeah, no, I was not. You guys can see how a target audience in 1998, like, we'd be all over this. People who love Halloween. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But
One thing that's kind of cool is they filmed that in a town in Oregon, which I don't remember the name of. And every year at Halloween, they do put out the big pumpkin. And Marnie has like really embraced it, that actress. And like, she has like, she's really big on social media and stuff. And she goes, a lot of them go to like the big party in this town every year. And they like just like really lean into how much people like love this.
Really?
This
and there's
franchise.
been what, 2 sequels? How many sequels are there?
4.
Holy crap!
There's Halloweentown 2, Halloweentown 3, and Halloweentown High. I'm going to say they do decrease in quality the longer we get into the franchise.
As in, like, they're really high to make a 4th one?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or the kids are like,
The second one has its moments. It's called Halloweentown 2, Calabar's Revenge.
Calabar.
Calabar.
Tell him to shut up.
Calabar. You could have had me.
Calabar, the incel, who became the fucking mayor, and he's just this douchebag.
But he monologues. He does the whole monologue at the end. He's like going on and on. And
You
he's
can
like, dude,
find
shut
him.
up.
You can find him on Halloweentown's 4chan. Like, he's ridiculous, dude. He's ridiculous.
Okay, I am not tasting any pumpkin spice
think
in
this
this.
is
So
gross.
either
I think
it just kind of tastes kind of sweet.
I think it's very light. It's not gross. It's actually good. It's
So
very,
no, I don't mind it. I'm just not tasting any pumpkin
I don't
spice.
care
So
for it at
either
all.
I've already reached pumpkin spice.
Max.
overload.
You know, I'm up to here. I'm a race car. I'm in the red. I'm in pumpkin spice.
You are a race car.
Okay, well then let's see what it tastes like with some pumpkin spice flavor, and maybe add a little bit of syrup to it.
So my problem with
Thanks, Caleb.
with this sort of cookie, no offense to people who like these, but they taste burnt to me, and it doesn't. It's
I like burnt.
really does not appeal for me. I don't. This is a disaster. Hold on.
Comes out quick.
I know. Can I just dip mine in yours?
Yeah, dip. oh, man.
What do you want, Neil? It's everywhere. Neil, it's everywhere. It's all over yours.
Why are you yelling at me?
Because you're like judging.
You made me watch Halloweentown and you're yelling at me?
doing judgy fingers.
Scott, that didn't help. But I'm so sticky right now.
No.
All right, well, let's go on to the
wanna-
next thing. This has got to have a pumpkin spice flavor. This is Favorite Day pumpkin spice fudge coated pretzels.
Oh, yeah.
This sucker's orange.
See that?
This is the orangest thing we got.
It says orange is the pumpkins behind you.
Okay.
There's pumpkins behind it. What the fuck? Okay, try not to chew into the mic on this one.
It's not terrible, but it tastes very artificial.
That tastes weird.
It tastes artificial, right? Tastes like so.
Faux.
Yeah, this doesn't taste like a stale dive bar pretzel.
That's what I'm used to. Yeah.
It's like layered taste, but none of them are good though. It's like
Yeah.
pretzel but then like pass on those. Pass on
this
those.
for me is really more like eating a candle because it's the waxiness, and then the dry part is the wick.
Okay. And yes, was it Mark? I'm drinking more of this. Someone.
Cheers.
I don't like it. You're right. But
No, it
Todd.
really tastes like
Todd
candle.
someone said that I'm drinking, but I don't like it, and they're correct.
They would be correct.
But I need something to drink.
It's a palate cleanser, and we're cleansing with pumpkin spice candle.
All right, Scott.
Okay, next up are Cookie Thins. Thinsters
Thins.
in pumpkin spice.
Cookie thin. Looks like someone took a bite out of mine
Thins.
already.
That
Was
was
that
me.
you?
That
It
was
was
me.
you.
Yeah.
You little
We are not
devil.
affiliated.
Smell? Oh, I don't like the smell.
Oh, ew.
Why does it smell like that? It smells like cardboard?
No, it smells like dirty sock.
Stink bug.
Do I have one of these?
No, dirty sock.
It's very light. They're fine.
I could see people wanting to dip this in like coffee.
Or syrup.
Yeah. There's like, I get a lot of cinnamon from it.
The pumpkin spice comes at the end after you swallow.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't taste.
It's fine though.
It's
I
fine.
don't
It's
taste
fine.
anything anymore.
It's just a crunchy little piece of cardboard though. I don't know about it.
Dang, you're really like.
Well, okay, so you have to remember.
What do you? It's not lettuce.
without going into like a lot of details because I don't feel like it. I have a disease and I don't actually eat a lot of sugar. So
Right.
this is like this is a lot. Like I'm not. Like I'm probably like
You're going
to the hospital after this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's fine. That'll be fun too.
Taking one for the team.
TM says he likes the pumpkin patch behind us.
We
so.
love you for doing this.
Yeah. I mean, I'm having a great time. It's just a lot of things that my taste buds are not experienced with. I only eat feathers.
So I think you and Scott actually should talk about your experience with Halloweentown.
I mean, we watched this for me at so many sleepovers, so many slumber parties. We watched these movies. Like I said, if you're kind of like, you're a creepy kid and you love Halloween, this was like such a cute little wholesome thing to enjoy. I love what's his ass, the taxi driver.
Okay.
He's so cute. It was a great puppet too. It was like a really great puppet. Yeah, I just like all the little creatures, all the little masks. I think I had a crush on the little goblin boy.
After he transformed into a goblin?
After he transformed into a goblin, yeah.
After he had his arc of being an asshole, with a pretty face. But that wasn't really that pretty, but...
Yeah. I mean, Marnie's kind of annoying. She makes a lot of weird faces. The kids are, and I did think the kids were kind of annoying
I love
too.
Marnie.
But I love her. But I mean, if like we were friends, I would probably be like, you're a small doses person, Marnie. What's next on the list?
Oh, next on the list is Lily's pumpkin spice flavor baking chips.
Oh. When I was a kid, I used to love to eat the butterscotch ones of these.
So these are like little, they look like chocolate chips. But,
Yeah.
Yeah, with
You bake with
spice.
it.
Pumpkin spice chips.
I
Ooh,
have
it's got
to
a
say, like,
tanginess.
I think everyone has their like Disney Channel childhood films, and the ones that came before and the one that came after don't necessarily, they're not necessarily your favorite, but the ones that were there when you were a kid are always precious. And something about Halloweentown is just like, them kind of like being powerful on their own, and it's just a fun story. And I was not a very creepy kid, but it kind of opened up a little bit of it cracked the door open to a little bit of creepiness.
Okay. Yeah.
And I did always love Halloween.
And don't get me wrong, like, just because I didn't like it, I still like you guys. Like Neil and I would have been 24. Is that right?
You're way
Am I
too-
doing the math right?
I don't know. Too much sugar.
Like even then,
Can't math.
even then, I don't think we would have liked it.
No.
You know, I mean, it was just never.
One of
It was never meant to be.
my other favorites were for my millennials, lean in. My other favorites were Under Wraps, which was about a mummy. As you can imagine.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah. Brink, which was about a rollerblading team.
Brink?
Brink, which was about a
Rollerblading team. Yeah, I got that.
And it was a remake of Hans Brinker and the Silver Skates, which is an older Disney movie. Okay. And another one of my favorites was Johnny Tsunami, which is about a boy from Hawaii who moves to, I think it's Colorado, and he's like, what, snow? I'm from the islands. And then people are like, yeah, you're a surfer, but have you ever tried snowboarding?
What?
Mm-hmm. Guess what? He's really good at it.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
And it's funny, like, I've never heard of any of these.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Because, again, you know.
I am switching. I'm switching these around from the order that I have them originally.
okay.
You
So,
do what you want. You're god
but
of
it's
pumpkin
pretty.
spice.
It's pretty easy. So, next one is Trader Joe's pumpkin spice hummus with a bell pepper dipper. It looks not good.
Should we smell it? Did you guys smell it?
Ugh.
Oh, it smells like cement.
Smells like bell pepper.
This is tainting this beautiful bell pepper. I already know
Now,
it.
see, wouldn't it be great if I switched out that bell pepper for like a Reaper, for example?
Crunchy.
No,
No.
no,
Yeah.
no. I love Trader Joe's.
Okay.
No,
Hummus should not be sweet.
Yeah,
No.
exactly. That's the problem.
And this is sweet.
the bell pepper's great. I'm gonna eat the rest of the bell pepper because I'm having a good time. It's too,
Setting it
it's
aside.
sweet. It's sweet.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Hummus can't be
You have to
sweet.
put pumpkin spice syrup on your bell pepper.
Can you
No.
just
Not if I eat it
describe what
fast.
that looks like for our audience.
Oh,
for,
this?
for our
Oh,
podcast audience. Can
all
you
right.
describe the look of that
For those of
hummus?
you that have had kids,
Yep, exactly.
little babies,
Yep.
Looks like what they do.
it
Yep.
looks like baby diarrhea.
Yep. 100%.
But so does this pudding that we haven't eaten yet.
No, it does not.
This pudding that's like, look at it, doesn't even like move.
That's because I whisked it so hard.
It's airy, it's frothy.
Yep. You're going to be so impressed with my pudding.
So I switched these so that you can wash that experience down
Okay. With?
the Great Value Pumpkin Spice Hot Cocoa Mix that I stirred up in the middle of the show because we forgot.
All right.
It smells like cocoa.
Smells good.
It is more like lukewarm cocoa.
So what was the name of the main girl in
Yeah.
Halloweentown?
That's Marnie.
That's Marnie. Okay.
Yeah. It really tastes like hot cocoa with a little cinnamon.
You know, if this were hot, this would not be bad.
It's got a funny aftertaste.
If this were hot, it would not be bad.
I'm sorry that I didn't have access to a microwave for you.
I liked it, Scott.
Not blaming you.
I'm really
It's-
happy,
I
Scott,
think
that
it's.
you put
I
it
think it's
together.
good. I think it's really good.
Yeah.
I think it works.
Okay.
What else?
What else?
Oh, okay. Next up, we have Stock. It's STOK cold brew coffee in
Oh, we're doing 2 beverages.
OMG hashtag pumpkin
Season.
season.
OMG hashtag pumpkin season cold brew. I've got the pumpkin spice hiccups.
Yeah. Did I do the
Smells
wrong
good.
one? I think I changed that.
Oh, you did, yeah.
No wonder you liked it. You're like, oh, that's good.
So if this were hot, it would be good.
It's cold brew. It's good.
I like it.
Yeah. It is good.
I like this one.
Yeah.
Let me go back to the hot chocolate now.
Okay. Ah, okay.
No, this is good. I like it. It's good.
That
Yeah.
one's good too.
That's good.
A Halloweentown. Tell them what Macy said about it. I like the
Okay, so
she had.
here was the problem with Marnie, and this is what Macy said when it ended.
The trouble.
What were Marnie's powers?
They all just have like weird
She didn't do
generic
anything.
magic. Yeah, they have just like
No. The little girl did things magically. The
Dylan.
little boy at
Dylan.
the brother Dylan, yeah, at the end did things. He had little lightning bolts
Lightning
on
bolt.
his fingers or
lightning
whatever.
bolt. Lightning bolt.
Marnie never did shit.
Yeah, I think her magic is more like she's really good at like
Talking.
keeping beverages warm that are supposed to be warm, like hot
She's really
cocoa.
good about telling people that she's a witch.
She's hella good at that. She's like, hey, have we met?
She's really
Marnie.
good about telling people, like, I'm a witch.
Yeah.
I have deja vu.
Yeah, like all the time.
She's really good at riding on the back of a broom that her grandma, the witch, is
Oh, you know what?
controlling.
That's kind of a skill.
Witches.
Yeah.
She's really good at holding hands with other witches and saying, like, oh, the power
So,
of
yeah,
all of us
you
together.
just named like all of Marnie's powers.
Marnie.
Marnie.
And then they got to go home just because they wanted to at the end?
No, they're
Okay, and then that was my other problem. Like,
They're just-
why does Grandma want to live with the humans? Why don't they stay in Halloweentown?
because Grandma just loves them. Okay, you know what? I'm sorry. I love Grandma, and I don't want you to say bad things about her.
I love Grandma too, and I want Grandma to stay in Halloweentown and have
She wants to spend time with the children.
Well, then why don't they uproot their lives and move to Halloweentown?
That's not usually the way it works with
Because
grandmas.
they're immortal.
Yeah, they're too mortal to just
but
be
when
living
you have
all
a
the
grandma
time.
that lives in Halloweentown,
I know. You know what? Blame their mom, who's kind of a stickler about these things.
What's next?
We have My Tea Fine pumpkin spice instant pudding.
Oh God, I've been dreading this. Neil worked really hard on this, and I really appreciate it.
baby diaper.
Yeah. I want to just look, I made shapes. Make a little face with my pudding. Isn't that cute?
Jill.
You know.
That is some pumpkin spice.
Wow.
Man, that is some whisking.
I couldn't taste
That's
Neil's
smooth.
pain that went into
That's
this.
smooth, Neil.
Texture-wise, it really bothers me. Appearance-wise, horrifying. But taste, not bad.
It's actually very spicy.
Yeah.
It is.
I mean,
This actually has a really
it's not
good,
like too sweet.
This has a really good pumpkin spice flavor to it.
Yeah.
And I think I'm going to finish it.
You can
Wow.
have mine. For me, it's again, it's the texture and the appearance, or it's a little hard to get over.
it probably would be better straight out of the fridge.
No question.
As opposed to sitting in the studio
Straight
under
out of
the
the
lights for
pumpkin.
2 hours before you have it. Yeah.
straight out of my whisker.
Straight out the fridge. Motherfucker named
Pumpkin,
Ice Cube.
pumpkin spice cube.
Cool. What else?
Are we ready for the last one?
Yeah, last one.
Last one
God.
is called Nut Pods. Almond
the right
and
color and
coconut
everything.
creamer.
I'm a big fan of non-dairy milks, your oat milk, your almond milk.
All right, we
I'm
should
nervous
do-
about
we
this.
should
I
do a
don't know
cheers.
about the name Nut Pods.
Nut pods. It's
Nut pod.
woo woo.
Yep.
It's fine. It just needs to be in coffee.
Wah.
Yeah.
It's got. I think it tastes really good.
Yeah.
I think it's good.
Gonna wash that down with some seltzer.
I drank all my seltzer.
Here, you can have this one.
I've got some tea.
Ugh.
No, I'm not going to open that one.
Whew, that is way too much pumpkin spice for one person.
Okay. I think we have officially hit pumpkin spice overload.
Yeah, I know. I have.
Yeah.
I think we should all pick a favorite.
I'm gonna go make some hummus in a bathroom real quick.
Let's all pick our favorite thing. Mine is, and I'm not just saying this, mine is hands down the scone. Hands down the scone.
Actually,
and the tea. Tea's a runner-up.
You know what? I think scone. I finished my scone. I have to agree with you on that.
Yeah.
The tea was great, and the coffee I thought was really good.
Yeah, coffee's good. The creamer I could use in a coffee.
Whoa, Jesus.
I'm
Caleb?
going to go coffee bean,
Oh, and I love the coffee bean.
Oh yeah, that's good.
But I'd had that one.
pudding. I really like that pudding.
Pudding.
Thank
there
you,
you go,
Caleb.
pudding.
And I finished my Bud Light
Okay.
seltzer, so
Yeah.
I must have.
You must like that.
Liked it.
You're gonna go to
Kinda.
Target and drink all the candles now.
I mean, it tasted like a candle, but I finished it.
he dug
right?
it.
Okay,
Yeah.
what was your least favorite?
Oh God,
Hummus.
the cake or the hummus.
Hummus.
Cake.
I really
The
hate that
hummus.
cake.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Definitely the hummus.
I agree with the
Yeah,
hummus.
the hummus is the worst though. That was weird. I love you, Trader Joe's. Why you do that though?
And again, the Lacey didn't taste like it wasn't bad, but it didn't taste like pumpkin spice.
Yep.
So,
Oh my goodness.
but the hummus
right.
was gross.
Well,
Sorry, Trader Joe's.
we gotta pick from our pumpkin still.
Oh shoot, Producer Scott, could you bring forth the pumpkins?
All right, grab them if you can't. Bring
So-
forth the pumpkin.
Oh my gosh, you know what? Because we're always sitting there. Let's let Caleb draw.
Of destiny.
Goodness. Okay, so which
So-
one am I drawing from first?
Either one. Do the
Which
teal one.
What's the movie?
You want to do the movie first?
Movie.
Okay.
All right, shake it, shake it, shake it like a salt shaker.
All right, make it a good one.
All right,
Pick what I want.
all right. Pick what you want.
Don't pick any more Disney films.
All right, here we go. Oh God. Monster Squad.
All right.
Monster Squad. All right.
Have you seen this before?
Yeah, I've seen Monster Squad.
Okay.
Yep.
Monster Squad.
Yep.
I have some feel. I have a. I think you're gonna have some things to say about this.
Yeah, I haven't seen it since I was a kid, but I have seen it once before.
I think adult Sandra is gonna have some things to say about this.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Maybe you guys will have some things to say. I don't know.
But it's a good Halloween picture, though.
That pumpkin is completely transparent. It is the
Oh,
invisible
cool.
man of pumpkins.
All right, and our
Our activity
activity is
for next week.
Oh, we already did that.
No, we didn't.
No, we
We
didn't.
didn't do that one. Okay.
No.
Corn maze.
Gourmets!
Caleb is drunk.
We're going to a corn maze.
Spice.
I think he read it upside down. Ace, could
I
we
think
did that?
so.
Okay.
I think that's a great review for Bud Light Seltzer Pumpkin Spice.
Gourmets followed by Monster Squad.
Oh my goodness. All right, cool. We're going to a corn maze.
We're going to a corn maze. We're going to a showdown.
going to a corn maze. Not just any corn maze, but the biggest corn maze in the world.
What?
It's not far from us, and we're going.
We're going.
Road trip.
Road trip. All right. Well, I guess we can wrap this one up because it is way past time.
Oh, it's time to go.
Sandra needs to go to bed.
I need to flip this pumpkin spice table over and get out of here.
Run. Thank you for being with us. We appreciate it as always. Check us out on what? Instagram and other things.
Social medias.
And you can buy our merch if you want.
You should buy our merch and tag us in your pictures.
Do it.
Yeah, and we'll see ya.
Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone. TM and Mindy and Laura and Todd and Michael
Y'all know who you are.
and
Thank you
Mark
for being here.
and Spooky Boo and everyone else that I can't think of right now.
Enoch
Not on
and
screen.
Macy
Yep.
and
All the friends.
all of you.
All you Enoch, if you're still around, we love you guys, all of you. Thank
for
you.
Baca.
One more time.
Bye one more time.
Bye.